It's over 9,000!
Welcome to the intergalactic spectacle known as the Outer Space Freakshow. I'm your host and captain of the ship, Bill Springer, and as always, I think maybe you weren't in one episode.
I was not in the first episode.
And that was it. But ever since then, it's been here. My co-host and second in command, Vincent Barry.
Yes, I am here.
Kirk Spock, as we had mentioned before.
I'm here and not queer.
But it'd be alright if you were, correct?
Of course. But just to reiterate, I am not. And neither is Bill over here.
So let's kick this shit off. Again, little Casey Anthony news. Apparently she has been getting quite a few offers for, jobs?
For jobs and housing. Pretty much everyone that is sympathetic towards her, which apparently is a lot more people than I ever would have imagined, are offering to help her out.
Well, the thing is, she was found not guilty. American law states you're found not guilty, you're not guilty. But yet there are still people out there who think she is guilty and probably will think that for the rest of their lives.
The only other possibility of why so many offers are being made is so that way they can let the information about where she is out, so that way people can hunt her down.
That could be a potential, that they're trying to just smoke her out of her hole, so, she'll fucking come to the surface, so somebody can,
take care of business.
hurt her, pull a Dexter on her. Or maybe just date her, because I know there's a lot of guys out there that
Me and Bill would.
want to motorboat them big old titties she's got.
Although if we ever had kids with her, we'd make sure that there would be no missing involved.
Yeah, yikes. I think she was not guilty, but there is some reservation with that.
I mean, let's see, she was a liar. She did not tell the truth.
I'd fuck her, but I probably wouldn't start a future with her,
Yeah, wear a damn rubber.
I'd fuck her.
Please.
I'd fuck her for the goof,
Yeah,
There's a lot of people out there that a lot of people would fuck for the goof. You know what I mean? Like Betty White. She's old as fuck, but you know what? I'd fuck
Whoopi
Betty
Goldberg
White for the goof.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg? I'd fuck her for the goof, So who out there would you fuck but not be in a relationship celebrity-wise? That just for the goof.
For the goof. Oh my god.
Nancy Grace. I'd fuck her for the goof. A lot of people do not like Nancy Grace.
Cloris Leachman.
She was just actually on, I think, The View earlier.
And Cloris Leachman was on a show with Betty White.
Was that Golden Girls?
I think it was Golden Girls.
Oh. Remember Cloris Leachman was on Scooby-Doo a few episodes?
I don't remember that. My most recognizable thing of Cloris Leachman would be my favorite TV show, Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. It's a
She
show
played the evil grandmother.
It's a show I never really got into, but a lot of people say I probably should have,
It's one of those, out there kind of sitcoms. It's actually, I compare it to My Name is Earl.
Kind of like,
Only it's a family kind of thing, more than...
serious but goofy at the same time.
Yeah.
But more on the goofy side.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of setup. I mean, it's a single camera, it's no laugh track, none of that. And Malcolm is sort of like a narrator, only he does this breaking the fourth wall all the time, kind of like Clarissa did in that old Nickelodeon show.
Or Ferris and Ferris Bueller's
yes,
Day Off.
I was going to say Ferris Bueller.
And,
but Malcolm does it a lot more often, and he's a whiny-ass bitch the entire time he's doing it.
So who was what was the father's name in Malcolm in the Middle?
Bryan Cranston as Hal.
Alright, yeah, Bryan Cranston. I believe he plays Walter White in one of my new favorite shows, Breaking Bad. And from what I understand, totally different characters. Totally different characters. Well,
is he crazy?
Obviously. Well, he is not crazy, but he does crazy things.
That's kind of like what that's what Hal did in Malcolm in the Middle. He wasn't as crazy as their mother, but he went off on rages over anything or anyone that crossed him.
Well, what I will say about Breaking Bad, the 4th season just started, and the season premiere was kind of slow. I mean, it was still good. Don't get me wrong, but a little bit slow. I hope they pick up the pace a little bit. So speaking of new television shows, Beavis and Butthead A sneak preview of the show appeared at Comic-Con, and we just reviewed it right before this, and it's fucking hilarious.
There was one part that grossed me out, and that would be the screw part. Ugh, I think I've said this before on the Outer Space Freak Show, but I do not like seeing heavy amounts of blood and gore or anything that's just like queasy.
You can go check out the scene yourself, but what he's referring to is Beavis somehow screws his hand.
Actually, Butthead did the screwing.
I don't know. It didn't start off with
it was
showing how he got Well, what happened is somehow he got his hand screwed to the butthole of a toy doll, and I believe what's his face whose house it was the kid that wears the Widger shirt or whatever.
I
forgot his name. But anyways, yeah, and there was a bit of blood. But you know what? That's typical. Because remember the nosebleed episode of Beavis and Butthead?
I don't, but now I know I don't want to watch it.
Dude, it is hilarious. They're trying to heal his nosebleed by putting a freaking bag over his head, and the bag just soaking with
Either
blood.
way, the best part about the clip was when they involved the TV show that we love to hate, Jersey Shore.
Yeah, along with making fun of music videos on Beavis and Butthead, they're now implementing TV shows, and what else were they gonna be making fun of? Music videos, TV shows, and movie reviews. Movie reviews they're gonna be doing too. I read that somewhere.
Yep. Although it's probably a little harder to get the movie reviews in there because they probably can't use movie clips.
Actually, I think they are going to be using
Really?
movie clips. But again, probably with the DVDs, they won't get the rights for them, so you'll just get the
fucking
episodes.
bullshit. I mean, the best part of Beavis and Butthead in the original days was when they were making fun of music videos.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like both. I think you need both.
You need both to make the show, but the music video insults were just classic.
What I also noticed is Beavis's voice a little bit different. Yeah, but you gotta understand that Mike Judge is older. His voice has gotten different. Not sure if he's a smoker, but smoking could contribute to your voice changing so much.
Getting older obviously does it.
I'm
not gonna sound like this in 20 years from now.
No. Butthead's voice sounded the same. I seen a similar character from before. Maybe the same character was the religious guy. God, it bothers me. I can't remember that kid's name. He's short, got the blonde hair, or the winger shirt, or whatever. But yeah, I have really high hopes for this new season of Beavis and Butthead, and I hope it's not just a one and done revamp. Kind of
like a couple years ago when they revamped American Gladiators.
Yeah. I don't know why that didn't take on. Maybe because they had to limit like some of the things about American Gladiator about before to make it safer. And if you take
they had water in this one, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was stupid. I mean, I think people liked the danger factor of it. That's why Ninja Warrior is so damn popular because
very good good show. Very tough challenges.
Oh
I can never pull any of them off.
Makoto Nagano, he's the man. I think I could get past that first obstacle where you got to jump from plank to plank to plank to plank to plank. I think I can make it past that.
I'd lose it at
maybe the rolling rock.
I'd lose it at the curved incline.
Yeah, that's impossible. I would never be. I'm not trying to say I could do any of that shit, but that first one I think I could do. I'd have to practice, of course, but the first one I think I could accomplish. But everything else after that, no, not my deal. But anyways, let's move on here. So Nick Cage's son, Weston, I think his name is. He was arrested for a second time within the past couple months for domestic violence.
Big surprise there.
He's a weird looking dude. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of him, but he is a odd looking motherfucker. And Dana White from the UFC said that he will not be working for the UFC. They were prepping him for a fight with Kimbo Slice. And I don't know if you know who Kimbo Slice is, but go check out YouTube. He started off as just like a backyard fighter, like a mixed martial artist, fighting just random people in his neighborhood and stuff like that. And He eventually made it into the mixed martial arts, then to UFC, and he lost his fight. He didn't make it through the Ultimate Fighter. He did fight in the finale, but he lost. Yeah, Kimbo Slice would have wrecked Nicolas Cage's son Weston, I believe.
And while we're in the fighter world, why don't you check on this weird one? Andre checks Hogan's oil.
Yeah, and in the wrestling business, checking someone's oil is when you accidentally or purposely check the oil. You get what I mean, right? Yeah. Like you're going up for the pickup, the body slam, and you gotta grab somewhere, and either intentionally or unintentionally, finger goes up the butthole. And that's why I think a lot of people think that wrestling is kind of queer.
Bunch of large guys touching each other. That's what they always try to say.
Sweaty men grabbing on each other, and a lot of people say that about UFC too. But you get punched in the head if you ever say it to one of the fighters. Seriously.
Yeah, well, and those fighters are in so much good fucking shape. They'll kick your ass.
Yeah. So also in the news, rapper DMX, he is out of prison now. DMX is actually one of my favorite rappers.
Up in here.
First thing he said he did was call his daughter, and he said the first thing in the morning he was going to go see her. I can't blame him at all because, most important thing in life is family.
Yep. And if you put anything before your family, then you know what? Fuck you.
Well, it also depends on who your family.
Yep, unless, of course, they have repeatedly and constantly screwed you over. Yes, I guess that is a perfect exception.
The way I see it is you can't choose your family, but you can for damn sure choose who you associate with. So, and also in DMX news, I'm not sure if it's still true, but Rick Ross had said that DMX could have a place over at his record label, and that he was contacting DMX in prison, trying to get him in the studio and whatnot. And DMX did say that after he visited his daughter, next place he was going to go is to the studio, which is a smart thing, because you know what? You're only going to get older, and as you get older, you're going to lose more attention. So DMX getting into the studio and recording immediately is a very smart idea. Very smart idea.
And we got, since we're doing celebrities now, what does everyone think of Lindsay Lohan? Probation again. And of course, getting in trouble like she always does. We all know how that works.
Yeah, apparently, well, she was caught drinking shortly after being released from prison or something like that, and the judge let her slide. And just recently, I think she was caught smoking weed or drinking again or something like that.
She's a fucking moron.
Yeah, I don't think she should get special status. I don't think she should get special treatment.
She's been in so much trouble over the years that she really deserves, like, pretty much everything that would be given to any regular Joe Schmo.
Oh, yeah, any regular Joe Schmo, they'd be fucked, man. Violation of probation.
And speaking of Joe Schmo, what's his name? Anthony Kennedy Gould from the original season of Joe Schmo? He got himself into a lot of drug trouble after that show, too.
What happened with that?
I think he ended up, getting in a lot of trouble because he just became a humongous pothead.
He was probably a pothead before him.
Yeah, I'm sure he was, but I think he got into some serious trouble after his 15 minutes of fame were over.
Yeah. Also on news, it's a fucking heat wave here in New York where we have stopped our ship, where we have landed temporarily.
Yep, and I have friends in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Ohio who all feel the same way.
Yeah, the Northeast is just killer, man. I believe in D.C. it was 114 degrees.
Who knows? Maybe Barack Obama melted a little bit. I mean, the guy is already talking. A lot of people are very sorry that they voted for him.
I don't think so. I think a very select few people like myself are very sad that he was voted for. And
well, you didn't vote for him, but I made the very stupid mistake of voting for him.
Why did you make that decision?
I'm a Democrat. Sue me.
So you just going to vote for whoever your party is? You're not going to look at the other candidates?
I probably should have.
Yeah. Why not vote for John McCain? War hero, prisoner of war, been in the Senate since the 70s. No, let's vote for this guy because
attractive vice president.
Nothing wrong. A lot of people talk shit about Sarah Palin too. I like Sarah Palin. I think she's a cool chick, man. She's not too bad in the eyes either. And you know they're prepping her for a presidency.
Yeah, I'd vote for her.
I'm not sure if I would. It depends on what she wanted to accomplish as president. It would have to be drastically different than what Obama wants to accomplish. Because what he wants to accomplish is raising taxes. And I'm not down with that bullshit.
And this is not the kind of shit that we thought was going to happen when he got voted in.
Well, typically the Democrats are tax and spend. So that's kind of what people did vote for.
Yeah, but Clinton did it right.
Clinton cut a lot of taxes, I believe.
Exactly. Like I said, he did it right.
Yeah. And not only...
He fixed every problem that George Bush Sr. caused.
Yeah, not only that, when Clinton was in running for office, or when he was in office, unemployment was at the lowest it's ever been. Since I'm not even sure when before.
It's gone way up since then.
Oh, definitely. I know.
It's now at its worst. It's probably at its worst
now.
now.
Have no fucking jobs. I know plenty of people that have no jobs. And
I am very
jobs.
I am very thankful for my job.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful I have a decent job.
Yeah. And you better keep it too.
Yep. I also have a strong work ethic, so if they're looking to lay off people, hopefully they'll skip right over me.
So have you been paying attention to any politics now? Because they are gearing up for another election, next year?
Yep, next November, election day. We all know it. Tuesday, November.
Yep. So, are you going to change your parties this year?
I am going to probably do a little more reviewing this time before I make a decision.
But you're going to remain a Democrat?
I got to think about all that. I wasn't really... I haven't been thinking about all this politics stuff. I mean, I was like 20... I was like 23, 24 when Obama came into office, and I didn't even vote the time before that when we got Bush for a second time.
I voted for John Kerry. I believe that was the first election I was able to vote for.
Yeah, mine too.
And then I voted for John McCain, so I lost both times. So I'm considering not even voting. I'm gonna not vote and then talk shit.
Yep. I'm gonna say one thing right now. After the bullshit that happened in 2000 with the Gore-Bush election, I fucking hate the Electoral College.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
I hate it. It's insulting because it's a federal position. It should be based on everyone, not states.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's a nationwide vote. It's not a state.
It should be
popular
individuals.
Bullshit. That stupid thing with Florida. If only Florida had been able to get their votes right. I know I shouldn't be talking about this. 11 years after the fact, but still.
Still pisses you off.
Yeah. I remember we were in the English class talking about that shit a lot.
Yeah, the floating chads. The fucking... Yeah, they need to change the way you vote, too. It all needs to be computerized, and it all needs to be...
Yep, and Gore won the popular vote that time.
And the popular vote sometimes doesn't cut it, you know.
That's why I say, fuck the Electoral College. Get rid of that shit. It shouldn't have ever existed.
So, there's a lot of movies coming out there, Vin, man. And is there anything that you are particularly psyched about?
Let's see. I mean, I mentioned American Reunion a couple episodes ago. I'm very psyched about that. But let's see. Stuff that is coming out within the next week or so, or even just today. We got Friends with Benefits featuring Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis.
So what's the synopsis behind that movie?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
So it's just you think they just said, what would be a good movie title? And they said, oh, Friends with Benefits. And then they just built a movie around the title?
Well, I'm pretty sure, I mean, we all know what Friends with Benefits are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I mean the self-explanatory part. And let's see, it's probably a love story. They probably fall in love with each other. and all that fucking bullshit. It's very textbook.
So,
I haven't seen the movie yet, but
Mila
I
Kunis,
think I've already
is
figured
going
it
to be naked?
I don't know.
If she is, I'll go see it. If not, then fuck it. What? No. It sounds
Well,
like
why bother watching it when you could just, I don't know, find a little, if she is naked in it, why don't we just find a little clip of it?
Man, go to Mr. Skin.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's probably the best trailer for a movie I've seen in a goddamn long time. And I'm just hoping it's not one of those trailers that show you all the good parts, all in the trailer, and then the whole rest of the movie is just garbage.
That happens with a lot of movies.
Have you seen the original Planet of the Apes?
I have not.
I caught it when I was like 12, so I don't really remember much about it. I did see the remake of it.
Wasn't Tim Allen in that?
Tim Allen?
I thought maybe I got the name wrong.
I don't think so. I think the original Planet of the Apes was in black and white, unless he was in it as a child.
I don't know.
But the remake, a lot of people say that's a shitty movie, and you know what? I kind of enjoyed it, you know? Even with Marky Mark and all, I mean, the movie was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed it. What else is coming out is Paranormal Activity 3. I actually liked the first two. I thought they were totally different than what has been coming out in the horror genre. I mean, they keep on pumping out garbage remakes and just garbage concepts for horror movies. I like the old school type of movies where there's not so much in your face, gore, blood, and guts everywhere.
You mean like those stupid campy ones?
Yeah. I like the suspenseful ones. The ones that are like, you don't see the bad guy. It's more like you fear seeing the bad guy.
The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, The Sixth Sense. Well, I don't know. That's not kind of... Well, it's kind of in the same category because, like, it's like more of the, what you're imagining, and then... Yeah, I kind of agree with you with that one. Another horror movie coming out, Final Destination 5, and I'm actually glad that they actually are calling it Final Destination 5 instead
The last one they called The Final Destination.
Which is stupid.
Yep, and you know what? That movie was very badly looked at, because... And I think Final Destination 5 is going to be the same way, because I think they've pretty much done everything they can do with the Final Destination concept.
Yeah, I think they pretty much exhausted the story.
Well, I mean, let's see. It's crazy event happens that someone sees, and then they go and try and stop it all from happening, but it inevitably ends up happening anyway.
Yeah, I mean...
everyone that would have died in the accident dies anyway.
Yeah, they keep on... Well, there was that one chick who survived from the first one. And
Ellie motherfucking Larder.
Yeah.
She's fucking hot.
She is? She was in Heroes, right?
She was Nikki Sanders and her alter ego Jessica, and she was also the Freeze Queen, Tracy Strauss.
Yeah, I think they got rid of her too quickly, and then they were like, "Oh shit, we need to get her back on the show."
The reason why they got rid of the Nikki character is because she didn't really have much going for her after her husband died, DL.
Yeah, I think it was poorly written.
I wish I had DL's superpower. I want to be able to walk through walls.
That would be sweet. But you'd be arrested.
Well, actually, DL broke out of jail by walking out of prison that way. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
That is how he broke out of jail.
You'd be arrested constantly.
Because I become a peeping Tom or some shit like that?
Yeah, you'd finally live your fantasy of going into the girls' locker room.
And then hide in the wall when they spot something.
So, you were telling me about Crazy Stupid Love? What's that all about?
Let's see, it's your typical guy gets divorced and hasn't gone out dating or hitting on chicks and shit like that in a while, and he's trying to get used to it again, and who better than Steve Carell? He was the 40-year-old virgin.
I really like Steve Carell in Little Miss Sunshine. I thought that movie was pretty freaking sweet. It's totally different from what he had done before, and what he's doing now. And
then there is also Steve Carell in The Office. That is what she said.
I'm not a fan of American Office. Not one.
American Office? That's not what it's called.
I know it's called The Office.
Yes.
But it's the American Office. Because there was the UK Office with Ricky Gervais, which is fucking genius. There's very few episodes of it, but the episodes that they did do were very effective, very hilarious, and I think the American Office is a shame compared to that.
Yep.
It's a damn shame.
And let's see, if anyone has been watching Hell's Kitchen, I think they've gotten a little slutty on that show. Look at fucking the redneck Carrie.
Yeah, didn't she bring the guy who went home into her room just the previous night?
Yep. Who knows what they did back there?
Oh, we know what they did back there.
And here's
Didn't she say, I want to wear you out or give you some exercise?
I'll give you a little relaxation. I wonder what that means. And they didn't even go anywhere with that scene after that.
Yeah.
They just kind of like made it like disappear. Kind of like Blue Jay and Halle a couple seasons ago.
Although I don't think they fucked.
I mean, there are cameras everywhere.
Jay said it was his goal to have sex with her, and then afterwards, after Holly saw that, she was like...
Yeah, I think we're just going to be friends.
Yeah. I mean, you don't go... If you're trying to get with a girl, you don't go saying this shit on live TV like she's not going to see it. I mean, what are you, retarded?
But you know what? Blue Jay was a good cook. Him and Halle did deserve to be in the finals of that season.
I think Autumn should have been in the
fuck
final.
Autumn, and fuck stupid Benjamin. Benjamin was a douchebag.
I thought Autumn should have been the winner of that season. But because of racism, that's why she wasn't. That's why I'm thinking.
Well, then why did Rock win it?
Good point.
Okay, you can't use the racism card on that one.
You just shut me down.
Yep. And Rock was one of the best chefs ever on Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah,
far.
yeah.
His signature dish was gnocchi, which is one of my favorite foods of all time.
What is that? I've always wondered.
Gnocchi is basically kind of like a potato pasta fusion. It's an Italian dish.
So what was it, like a potato patty with pasta?
It's like pasta with a lot of flour and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Like potato-y, flour-y
fried
stuff.
or baked or?
It's cooked just like pasta.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's very good, very tasty. You ever go to an Italian restaurant, they have gnocchi, you better fucking order that shit. It's fucking good.
So who's your favorite thus far in the new Hell's Kitchen season?
In the new season, it's too early.
It's too early on?
I mean, but sadly, I know this sounds really weird, but I think Carrie stands a chance.
You just like her because she's a slut.
No, actually, let's see. If I were going to go for the true slut, it probably would have been... I don't know. I can't think of any other sluts in the history of Hell's Kitchen. I can think of bitches like Sabrina from last season, and Sabrina was fucking awesome. I knew she wasn't going to win, but she got pretty far.
Yeah, she did. She was what, like 4th or 5th?
She was the first black jacket eliminated.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so it's the top 5, right?
Top 6, I
Top
think.
6?
Yeah.
I thought it was the top 5.
I think at the start of the show, but when they had fewer chefs, I think it was the top 5.
And what's it up to? 18 chefs now?
18 chefs. They've had 16, they've had 17, now they have 18.
Alright, well, the first season was what, like 10?
12.
12? Yeah, so they've been going up progressively through the years.
Yep, and they increased the amount of episodes by a couple each for the seasons with more.
Yeah, the season premiere was 2 episodes, part 1 and part 2, right?
Yep.
Was what, Tuesday then Wednesday?
Monday then Tuesday.
Monday then Tuesday.
Yep, and I don't know. I mean, the ones that were eliminated, thank God they were eliminated. We got a liar and a moron and another health problem.
Oh, so the 3 people are already off?
And they're all men, and they're making one of the girls switch over.
Yeah, and who do you think's going to switch over, in your opinion?
Probably the one that I was just talking about.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll try to get rid of Carrie, and she'll sleep around on the guys' team. Think about it. That'd make for some good fucking TV.
Kind of makes me want to be on the show, you know?
Yeah. But do you imagine how many guys she's probably been with?
Well, if the first night she was there, she brought a guy into her room, then yeah, she's probably been with a butt ton. A metric fuck ton.
Yeah, and let's see, Brandon's final words before he left the show. Carrie, call me.
Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break, people, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Outer Space Freak Show. I'm Vince. This is Bill. You know the drill.
Yep. Alrighty, let's. I want to bring it right back to food. Speaking of Hell's Kitchen and whatnot, Vinny, you had already said one of your favorite foods before, and let's bring it up again. What are some of your other favorite foods?
Well, we got gnocchi already. Let's see. I love a lot of Italian dishes like your manicotti, your ravioli, your spaghetti and meatballs, and of course, out of the Italian world, I love prime rib. And I love my big beefy burritos. Big beefy fart-inducing beef burritos.
What is your favorite thing to cook?
Chicken parm. Hell yeah. I come from a very Italian family.
Is chicken parm a particularly difficult dish to make, or no?
Not really.
Oh, is it just chicken and cheese?
Well, you gotta bread the chicken too.
Chicken, cheese, and sauce?
Yep, chicken, cheese, and sauce, and you gotta bread that chicken.
I like fried rice with scallops. It's my favorite dish. It's delicious. It has to be fried scallops, not pan-cooked scallops. It has to be fried scallops.
Well, pan-cooked can mean fried.
Oh, okay. See, you cook a far lot more than I do.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Whenever you cook eggs on a frying pan, I mean, it's a frying pan.
Shut up.
I mean, it has a name for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know shit about cooking. Maybe
I should get a frying pan and hit you over the head.
Maybe.
But then who would run the ship?
True. But if you got ingredients and recipes in front of me, I could cook whatever. But when it comes to just coming up with something on my own,
on the spot,
I can make grilled cheese.
You can boil an egg.
Yeah. I like what else do I like? Egg salad sandwiches are delicious.
I like those too. They're a good quickie.
Buffalo chicken, any type of buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken sandwich, buffalo chicken wings.
Or just boneless strips of chicken or buffalo chicken.
In a sandwich, of course, sometimes.
Go to Buffalo Wild Wings. That place is awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome.
We went one time for the Tuesday night 45-cent wings special.
Yeah, and I spent like $20 getting the high score on the Texas Hold'em thing on the touch-a-screen.
Oh my God! You mean those things that eat all your money and are basically a new version of arcades?
Yeah, and I got the high score though. I did. I got the high score.
Of being a loser?
Shut up.
That's all right. Grade A loser, aka Grade A Texas Hold'em champion, right here.
So what are some of the foods that you absolutely do not like?
I hate avocado and guacamole. Same category. Guacamole has avocado.
Subway had an avocado sub, and all the promotion says, avocado. Or avocado.
Wasn't that the name of a known rapist in Prison Break?
Avocado?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember.
The one that was raping Tweener.
Maybe. I don't remember that.
If you enjoyed Prison Break, watch season 1. The guy's nickname was Avocado.
What kind of retarded nickname is that?
Or, as he liked to call himself, Mr. Balls Johnson.
You have a great memory, man. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, season 1 was my favorite season of Prison Break.
Speaking of favorites, what's your favorite TV show?
Malcolm in the Middle. I mentioned this earlier in our cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about Bryan Cranston being in one of your shows.
Yeah. My favorite show of all time probably be My Name is Earl. I mean, I love that show, and it's a damn shame that it got canceled, especially on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
Who the fuck is Earl Jr.'s father? I believe it was Still Crab Man, and they just fucked up the DNA test. But
yep. And I'm thankful that my show did get a proper ending.
What was that? Malcolm in the Middle?
Yep.
It did get a proper ending?
Yep, they got a proper ending that Malcolm is screwed to be screwed over by his family for the rest of his life.
We forgot the spoiler alert. Well, who cares? If
But
they haven't seen it by now, fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, the show ended in 2006. That was like 5 years ago. I still watch the reruns on FX.
So, what's some of your other favorite television shows?
Yep, you hate me for this one? Friends, of course.
Oh.
But
I used to like Friends somewhat, but then I had a girlfriend who constantly made me watch it. It was on like 4 times a day. I think I mentioned this before, but Friends is forever ruined for me.
Yep. Let's see, I grew up on Seinfeld, of course. My entire family loves Seinfeld.
I'm kind of partial on Seinfeld.
Well, you also have your whole anti-Kramer feelings.
Well, I don't know. He did say the wrong thing in the middle of the wrong crowd. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him.
Yep, let's see, we got those shows. And let's see, Prison Break, which we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, Prison Break is a great show. Kind of petered off towards the end there.
Yeah, but a lot of shows tend to do that. They lose interest. I mean, but and Heroes is also a very good show.
Oh, my favorite show. New favorite show. Dexter. Fucking love Dexter.
Yes, I'm agreeing. Dexter is awesome. My parents were wonderful people. I didn't kill them. Honest.
That show is probably going to go on for another 5 years or so. I mean...
Until one of us becomes the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah. There's just nothing bad about Dexter. I mean, there's not one bad thing you can say about the show.
It's not even that gory. I mean, for a TV show, premium TV show about killing people.
Yeah.
And premium always has more disgusting stuff.
Yeah, for a show that's about a serial killer, it's not a lot of blood. It's more about suspense. It's more
Will he get
about
caught? What will happen? And I still can't believe what happened at the end of the 4th season. That was a very shocking moment in TV.
Definitely. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who is going to go out there and watch it, but yeah, that was probably one of the biggest holy shit moments in television. People were not expecting that to happen. You know what? Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! When you see me go like this, you're fine to watch again. Rita is dead. Fucking dead. Rita is dead. And nobody saw that shit coming. Nobody saw that shit coming.
It was very, very surprising.
It was one of the biggest shocking
I'm pretty
moments.
sure it's one of the most shocking moments in all of television history.
Yeah, I've never read the books, but I believe she does die, but in a different way in the books.
Well, in the books, if I remember hearing correctly, Dexter did not care really at all for her, compared to the TV show where he actually shows some emotion towards her.
Well, early on in their relationship, they...
That's how it was at the start of the series.
Yeah, but then he grew more attached to her, grew more attached to the kids, grew more attached to that lifestyle.
I kind of wish Dexter hooked up with Lumen.
That was, I mean, you can come back now. Lumen was played by Julia Stiles, and Julia Stiles is an enormous, famous person, and I knew for a fact that she was going to be one season and done, because, you know...
kind of like Miss Pardon My Tits.
Yeah, Miss Pardon My Tits.
British bitch.
Yeah, she was fucking white as fuck. I'm talking like Casper the Ghost.
Yep, and our favorite swearing master, Deborah, mentioned that a number of times, as well as quoting the Pardon My Tits thing. That was fucking awesome. What the fuck?
I wonder how many times exactly Deb says fuck throughout the show. I wonder if someone actually has
or any other numbers of profanities.
Yeah, but
I love Deb just for all that shit.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Dexter. If you don't have Showtime, I suggest you go out and get Showtime specifically just for Dexter. And
Californication.
Californication's a pretty good show, too.
Yes, very good show, and it's a wonder what David Duchovny was able to do after X-Files was over.
Yeah, I think he became a sex addict because of that show. I mean, he recently was going to rehab for sexual addiction. But as the
theme song for that show has always said, you can't always get what you want.
But if you try sometime, you might just find...
And I will say, on record, Rolling Stones, one of the best classic rock bands there is.
Oh, yeah, no one would disagree with you with that.
Even if the song You Can't Always Get What You Want has all the priests and shit like that blaring in the background. Okay, I'm done.
Alright, speaking of TV shows, I just want to bring this up real quick. The Canadian version of Cash Cab just recently was in the news because the host of the show struck and killed an elderly man that was just a pedestrian walking in the streets. And what I have to say is, gee, who would have thought trying to run a game show while you're driving would be a bad idea? Derp. Derp, derp, derp. I mean, you're driving, looking back at the retard behind you trying to win a fucking couple $100, and you're asking them questions and shit. You're taking all the attention off the road, and you got someone screaming in your ear all these questions to ask them and what to say for the show to keep the show moving along. And gee, who would have thought that it'd be dangerous? Derp, derp, derp. So I actually want to move on to video games. Horror video games, to be specific. What is your favorite horror genre video game?
Horror genre video game. I don't think I've really played that many of them. I mean, the most amusing one I ever played, I don't even think it's really horror. It's more just funny shit. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
A lot of people will say that's one of their not favorites, but one of their most enjoyable games to play because it's a fun game.
Yep, and we already know that you have a different opinion on your favorite.
I would say Resident Evil 2 was my favorite. You ever played any of the Resident Evil games?
I have not.
Oh man, you do not know what you're missing. I mean, turn the lights off. Pop that shit in. Well, pop it in first, then turn the lights off so you don't freaking trip over shit. But anyways, you're just fucking sitting there like... You know, I fucking love it, man. There's nothing better than being scared the fuck out of, man. That's why I love horror movies. I love to be scared, and nowadays I'm getting older, and games are getting not shittier, but they just don't know how to scare people anymore, you know? So, I mean, even the new Resident Evil games aren't scary. They're just...
Maybe they had to tone it down.
They're just kind of like Call of Duty in a way, you know? It's more about the guns than it is about the zombies and being scared.
Well, first-person shooters are easily probably one of the most popular games. I mean, it's what GoldenEye caused us all to do.
No, it wasn't really GoldenEye. It was, Wolfenstein that kind of started it all, wasn't it?
Yeah, but GoldenEye brought it to the consoles.
Yeah. What else was another good one? Doom was a great game. Quake was a great game.
Yep. I still can't beat Doom on Nightmare difficulty. I wish I could, but it's fucking impossible. I know people do speed runs of it, but I can't. I'm not that good. Those fucking, what are those things? Those pink things that are like a main boss and shit like that. Those things are brutal.
Have you ever played Quake?
Quake, I have not.
Yeah, you should try that out, man. That's fun. But let's move on from video games and keep with the favorites theme here. I was just earlier listening to a bunch of Christmas songs.
Christmas in July.
Exactly. You know what? Cooled me down a bit, you know?
I know, you think about the snowy Christmas trees out in the fields.
Yeah, seriously, I was listening to the Christmas songs and I looked outside and I was like, oh, there's no snow. Oh, there's no snow.
Remember that episode of South Park where the snake blew up and it caused charged black-looking snow to fall on everyone and everyone was happy?
Oh yeah, there was a ban on fireworks in South Park, so they ended up making the largest fireworks snake ever, and it just kind of turned the snow, or not snow, but turned everything into like a black ash. It was like black snow and everything.
And all the kids started playing in the snow because throughout pretty much all South Park, it's snowy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in Colorado, so it's kind of expected.
Yeah, Colorado's mostly northern, right? Well, it is north, right?
They have the Rockies, let's not forget.
Yeah, so that's where Matt Stone and Trey Parker grew up, right? Colorado?
I believe so.
Yeah. And
Yep.
Christmas songs. What is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song, because I can have so much fun making fun of the lyrics, Jingle Bells.
Actually, probably my least favorite Christmas song, to be honest with you.
Yep. And that's...
My favorite Christmas songs are... It's a tie between The First Noel and Silent Night. They're just so calming. They make me so relaxed. I switch between Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra and Nat King Cole. Those three guys are like the epitome of great Christmas songs.
And as Nat King Cole would say, unforgettable.
Yeah, what are some of your other favorite Christmas songs?
Deck the Halls, especially the Deck the Halls version they used for the Home Alone 2 trailer. Deck the Halls with Marvin Harry.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That preview was fucking... it was a wonderful way to bring that movie in, even though it showed half the booby traps.
Yeah, I mentioned that on Facebook, and I think my mother, she went and watched both Home Alone 1 and 2. I mean,
again.
Yeah, I remember my mother's addicted to those movies.
She'll watch them any time of the year.
Any time of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame her, too, because those movies are fucking great.
And, of course, I know I'll probably get a lot of weird response for this, but Brenda Lee's Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
I like that song. I like that song a lot.
Actually, used that song in the first Home Alone. When he was making his little puppeteers to make it look like everyone was home.
Yeah, make it look like there's everybody home. But they eventually caught on to that shit.
Of course. It was kind of the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
But let's not get into Home Alone anymore. I mean...
Yeah, I know. We could talk about that shit forever.
I know. Oh, man.
I also like Insane Clown Posse's Santa Claus is a Fat Bitch. Love that song.
I also enjoyed Jeff Foxworthy's Redneck 12 Days of Christmas.
You know what? I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Oh my God.
I'm a big fan
I'm
of Jeff
going to
Foxworthy.
totally send you a link to that. They pretty much have a whole bunch of redneck shit as the 12 gifts.
Yeah, that was kind of like a 90s thing, right? The
Yeah.
parody songs were a huge thing in the 90s.
Weird Al, great.
Yeah, you like his parody songs?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
It's all about the Pentiums.
All about the Pentiums. I think
I'm
like...
a computer geek. It kind of goes with my territory.
Yeah, I think I like White and Nerdy was pretty good.
Also a good one. Even Chameleon the Rapper said, "Oh my God, Weird Al can rap. Who would have thought?"
I like Smells Like Nirvana. That was pretty funny.
I enjoyed Eat It.
Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise.
That was hilarious.
Those damn Mennonites.
What's the name of some of them other Weird Al songs?
Pretty fly for a rabbi.
Yeah, that was funny too.
Eat It, like I said, was a great one.
Yeah, see, yeah, this is.
But you also hate Michael Jackson, so.
Of course, he was a pedophile. I have no respect for pedophiles.
But then again, at the same time, I hate to bring Casey Anthony up again, but you don't feel she was guilty. But even though Michael Jackson was not convicted, you still think he was.
Yeah, but you're going to say the same thing about somebody for fucking 20, 30 years and not have it be true? I mean, Cat Williams said it best. I mean, Whitney Houston fucking smoked so much crack that her kneecaps are gone and shit, and people still say, It's just like, you say something about someone for so long, and you keep going to trial for the same shit. I mean, I don't know. I guess she got me there.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's kind of the same kind of deal. I mean, Casey Anthony's trial was as well known, maybe a little less than Michael Jackson's.
I don't know, that Casey Anthony thing. People were fucking
glued
to the television.
But
I
I guess the main thing is Casey Anthony was not a celebrity. Michael Jackson was.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's some news about Michael Jackson and someone
Posthumous news.
Yeah, someone related to the Michael Jackson deal. Maybe like the guy that I think it's the guy that sold him the drugs that eventually killed him is going to trial, and they don't want the jury watching Nancy Grace because they feel like Nancy Grace was one of the main reasons why Casey Anthony was found not guilty or something along those lines. They want the jury to be sequestered, and the judge is saying, no, we don't want the jury sequestered, be too much money, and then for no reason. But who knows? I guess you got me there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the way the court of law works.
But either way, he's dead, and I think children are safer. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, if anyone remembers the 420 episode of Family Guy, he's like, something about Michael Jackson. He helps a guy like me, and of course the guy that was saying all that was Stewie.
All right, we got about 10, 11 minutes left on the show. Why don't we end the show talking about NASA? Recently,
Speaking of outer space.
Yeah. The space shuttle just landed, and that's going to be the last space shuttle that goes to space for quite a long time because stupid Obama is cutting NASA funding, and they're not going to be putting as much attention into NASA anymore, which I think is retarded.
Yep, outer space could really bring us a lot of resources.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, look, we're in outer space. I mean,
they found traces or signs that there was water on Mars, or they found water on Mars, one or the other, and that means that Mars potentially holds all these chemicals and stuff like that that could fuel our planet almost virtually endlessly. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be trying to get to Mars to utilize these elements that they found there. I mean, there could be a lot of good that came from that can come from that.
The only thing that would be better is if we could inhabit life there.
We would have to build domes, but even then it would be risky, because even if you build these domes, a rock could just fucking come zooming by, or an asteroid could come zooming by and just smash it and kill everybody in that. We do need to find another planet to live on, because eventually we're going to run out of all the resources here, and with the escalation, or I'm not sure I'm going to use the right word, but the escalation of the population of Earth, we're fucking breeding like crazy. Nobody's just going to have one kid. I mean, some people might do that, but most people, when they have kids, they have a lot of kids.
And that's why China decided to limit that.
I know, but still, even though they're limiting it, it's not decreasing the population whatsoever.
Yeah, people are going behind the backs.
And what the problem is that China, they have the one-child rule, and most people there are deciding to have boys, and they're just getting rid of the girls. So eventually, if you have just a bunch of guys, how are they supposed to find women to breed with? You know, you got to even that shit out.
It's like having pets in heat as well. It's going to make everyone really frustrated really fast.
Exactly.
Well, not really fast. It's going to take several years, but...
Well, I mean, the world is very overpopulated. I see a shitload more people now than I did when I was a child.
If it was all boys, everyone would move away from China, and then every other country would be overpopulated.
Exactly. So, with NASA, they're being extremely... Their funding is being cut very heavily, and we were not going to see another space shuttle launch in a very long time the way that these things are going. What I think should be happening is we should be building stations that on the moon, in space.
Relaunch Apollo.
We should be having these places where we could go and refuel so we can go further into space. I mean, because a ship will only hold a certain amount of fuel. And if you have these refill stations where they can go refill these space shuttles and then relaunch, we can go even further into space than we have before with man on it.
We can discover new galaxies.
I mean, there are a bunch of other galaxies that we have discovered, but we have no chance of making it out there.
We had enough trouble getting moon landings.
I mean, cutting NASA's funding is retarded. I mean, the two biggest reasons why we have most of the technology we have now is because of space exploration and because of war. Because of war and space exploration, we have a lot of the inventions that we have now that we never had before. And if you cut those fundings, then we're not going to continue having these inventions. We're not going to continue expanding our horizons in technology. And I just think it's a damn shame that that NASA and our space program is being cut. And it's mostly Obama's fault because he's the one who's cutting it. George Bush wanted to have manned ships at Mars within 20 years.
I mean, the space exploration goes as far back as Eisenhower. I mean, he was very supportive of the whole damn thing.
So, what about the space program did you enjoy the most?
I mean, it's nice to see everything unfold. I mean, just the idea that we're just like, the Earth is just one tiny little speck and that there's so much out there. It's just amazing.
Oh, just think of the resources we're missing out on.
Yeah, we're missing out on a lot. I mean, we got shit on Mars. We probably got shit on Jupiter that we could start grinding through.
You think there are elements out there that belong on our chart that we have not discovered yet? Or...
I'm positive.
Oh, you're definitely positive?
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm not too smart with that when it comes to all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
I'm not really either, but I still believe that we have a lot of stuff we haven't discovered yet.
Oh, definitely.
I have a feeling by the time that the Futurama period enters, I think there's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
3,000. And I think we will have a new New York.
I think so, too. Well, like Futurama.
Yeah. I don't know if the old New York's going to be buried underground, but...
That would be certainly hilarious.
I know. The Empire State Building would stick right the fuck out.
Also, speaking of space, I just recently heard that Xbox has released or is going to release a Star Wars themed Xbox where it'll be themed after C-3PO. Not C-3PO, but R2-D2, and they're going to have a C-3PO controller, and something about the Kinect. They're going to have the Kinect be themed after something else, maybe a lightsaber, I'm thinking. But
lightsaber would be work, especially with that Motion Plus or whatever it is. That's the Kinect.
Yeah,
the Kinect could really have some fun with a lightsaber.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can have Darth Vader on one side. You can be Luke.
Actually, is there a Wii game or Star Wars Wii game where they use the controller for a lightsaber?
I have no idea. I'm sure it might exist.
I mean, they did that with Legend of Zelda, right? They have a Legend of Zelda game where Link has a sword, right? With using the Wiimote.
Somewhat. Twilight Princess didn't quite master the concept. I'm hoping they do with the Skyward Sword, which is coming out later this year, and I'm totally getting that game as soon as possible. I actually have it on pre-order at GameStop.
I mean, we certainly talk about Zelda a lot on this show.
Well, you know what? Zelda has a lot to me. My favorite video game. My dog I got to name after the series, Zelda.
Rest in peace.
Yes. And I named my piece after Zelda.
Your piece.
Yes, my piece. My glass piece.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yep. Yep.
So,
she's been very good to me.
Alright, I'm going to ask you a stupid question because it is a stupid question. Do you believe we landed on the moon?
Somewhat.
I believe we landed on the moon. Mythbusters tested it and proved it. There are a lot of conspiracy idiots out there that believe that we did not land on the moon and it was all like a movie set.
Apparently Neil Armstrong didn't do a damn thing.
And if you go try to tell Buzz Aldrin that we didn't land on the moon, punch you right in your face.
Neil will join him.
That video clip of Buzz Aldrin punching that blogger in the face after telling him we haven't been to the moon is hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go look up on YouTube. Buzz Aldrin punches guy out. I'm not sure exactly what the title of it is, but some blogger comes up and says, "Oh, you want to tell us about how the moon landing was faked?" Bam! Punched right in the face. It was hilarious. And seeing an old-ass man who was in the Air Force, who got into a tin can and landed on the moon, fucking a hero, a fucking brave hero, seeing him punch some dumb blogger in the face, it's fucking priceless.
Yep, and speaking of space, another one of my favorite movies, Apollo 13.
Oh, that movie is awesome. Any Tom Hanks movie is fucking awesome, but just because it's about space, and I love space, and it was from outer space,
and it was a real life situation.
You know, when Apollo 13 was flying through the air, I think we flew right by them. You know, way back in the day.
Yep.
But
yeah, 1969, Apollo 13.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end the show. doesn't get any better than Apollo 13, people. So we will see you next week. Smell you later.
Gary Oak, Pokemon. Smell you later.
1,000? There's no way that could be right.